So any of you guys familiar with 2010? It's
Yes.
the last time, okay, good to hear. I like that. So this will be even easier for me. 2010, we had an investigation that started on an entity called Fear. Back then, Legendary Truth had a different senior staff. Since then, we've actually kind of reformed the division. Actually, Thorncastle now is our CEO, and he basically has put us on a different path through the world of technology. But there's been a piece that's been missing, and it basically harkens back to 2010. And so we've actually reached back, actually Dr. Thorncastle, not my choice, but hey, has actually asked Ignatius Himmel to come back to the senior staff and be part of Legendary Truth moving forward. She's here this evening, and she's given a prepared statement for us tonight. So thank you, Dr. Himmel.
Indeed, I will read from a prepared statement. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to address some questions that have remained unanswered. The events of 2010 have been exhaustively reviewed, litigated, and executive judgments have been made. After a lengthy investigation, and as I expected, I have been cleared of any direct wrongdoing. Appropriately, I have been returned to a position of senior staff, as it should be. In the tradition of senior staff appointments, I will take my place at the Hexagon with Calvin Thorncastle and 4 others, one from each of the 6 legions. The fault of what transpired on that fateful night in 2010 rests firmly on the shoulders of you, the collective. If you are looking for someone to blame for the events of 2010, I suggest you look inward. Tonight is going to be an opportunity for you to learn for yourselves why the events transpired as they did, and you will be assigned tasks to complete this process should you choose to participate. If you are deemed qualified, you will be dispatched by Thorncastle to do the hands-on research that only you can do, primarily because you caused this mess in the first place. Legendary Truth device technology has been further refined from last year, and as some of you inadvertently opened a dark portal during your seances last year and thus allowed a dark power to cross over, Thorncastle believes he can reverse this process and grant you the access to the other side. Once you are there, you are to learn as much as possible and report your findings. I do have a task that I would like performed. One of my special agents will present each 6-person group with a special delivery gift envelope that I would like you to deliver to Thorncastle's representatives. Be prepared to present it upon arrival at the remote Legendary Truth research labs. You are not to open it or examine its contents in any way. Do I make myself clear?
Yep.
Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Good. That concludes my prepared statement, and I am now available for questions. Yes, my dear. Oh, you were just waving. I understand.
What if we really want to open it?
What if you really want to open it? Then there might be a job description that I could send you on Craigslist.
Oh.
We're always looking for sacrifice. Yes. What legion am I in? I have found that revealing legion certainly allows itself for a certain amount of judgment. What legion do you think I am in? You think so? That is a very good guess. It's probably going to drive you crazy when I don't confirm or deny whether you're right. Yes, in the back.
Why are you back?
Why am I back? I have an essential and imperative set of skills that the senior staff dearly needed. Could be nerve, could be brains, could be the whole package.
Where's Mel?
Gabriel Fell is no longer relevant to this discussion. Yes.
I don't trust you.
As long as we're being honest, I don't care.
I'm pretty sure it was you and Phil that got rid of Starrington and had him killed by Lady Bastard. We all know this. We won't learn this, but
I will say that with exhaustive litigation has come absolution, and your personal beliefs don't matter.
My question, though, is your talk with Paige Starrington.
Mm.
How did she ever actually find you? And what was that about?
Dear Paige, yes. I absolutely admire tenacity in all things, and I think it is fantastic that Paige felt so motivated to look for certain situations concerning her father, as I too have been accused of being a bit of a daddy's girl. I can certainly understand her motivations. However, I will say frankly, as long as she is no longer calling me at my place of residence, I don't care what Paige is up to. So I admire her tenacity. Good luck. Yes?
Will cookies be provided later tonight?
Only if you're good doggies.
Oh.
Yes, in the back. Captain Manley has been languishing in jail, but the good news is that he has recently become represented by my law firm, so I expect that situation to change very shortly. Also, just as a note, he has a lengthy work history, which certainly disproves laziness. As to bastard his parents, they were indeed legally married, so that is a slanderous term. And I would highly recommend not putting that in print going forward, or you might receive litigation. Yes, indeed. To the back there.
Yes. Now, you said after extensive litigation, you were restored to your position in Legendary Truth. In actuality, what did you actually offer them in order to be restored to your position? Because as we know, there's way too much evidence that it would prevail against you in order for you to be reinstated or be cleared by any kind of court or jury. So.
Oh, judgment. Judgment comes in many forms. Litigation, presentation, circumstantial. You'd be surprised at what one can get away with when one needs to. Fortunately, I'm blameless, so I didn't have to get away with anything. Yes?
What are we doing with the research on Theo himself?
You are making sure, as you are a collective, that you share that information both with Legendary Truth and with each other, so that we have a vast repository of knowledge from more than just one mind.
Okay.
Or you're writing in your dream journal. I prefer the former. Yes?
Yeah, last one.
What happened to, what's her name? Ivor McClure or whatever. What's her name? Ibis McClure? Ibis McClure? Yeah.
She was actually, I think, previously stated, she had a challenge with her mental capacity, and she actually ended up in a psych ward at this point. We haven't heard any more from her since about 2010.
Oh, such a shame, the weak-minded. Oh, it's really such a pity.
I hope it's Shady Brook.
I hear they have some of the best staff. Well, in the interests of transparency, since some of you are suspicious, I will say that any information that has been gleaned through our talk together, please feel free to share with your legions, with each other, on social media if you choose. Any discussion that we have had is certainly wide open to be shared. In the meantime, take care, good luck, and try not to screw anything up.
Well, as Dr. Himmel has given us our task for the evening, it's a bold one. We are going to go out into the investigative field and actually look at some of the spectral evidence that harkens back to 2010. As we might have stated earlier in some communications, what old is new again. We part of what the mission is tonight. To answer your question a little bit, because I actually have a fondship of Dr. Thorncastle. He was the first person to bring basically Universal into the investigations for Legendary Truths, the Agana files. As I've stated before, and I'm very open with this, and Dr. Himmel knows a little bit, that I'm questionable also of her means. To my knowledge, she's been brought back because of some of the activities that happened in 2010, opened a portal that brought fear back. How did that happen? What objects or items and what sequence does that need to happen for us to potentially do that again? Dr. Thorncastle's goal tonight is for us to be that team, to solve that mystery, to find out those clues. How do we take the elements of 2010, potentially reverse them, open a portal, and transport you, the collective, into the supernatural realm and find out more about that area? It definitely comes with danger. It definitely comes with the potential of death. So for me, we ask ourselves as scientists, and definitely talking Legendary Truth themselves, is like, why risk it? But you should, to find out this information, to learn more about the meaning of the paranormal, potentially could solve the future of other items that could happen. So tonight's goal and task definitely comes with, like I said, a bit of danger with you. So hopefully you will choose to continue to go on and move into the field and do our investigations tonight. Any questions before we start to dispatch our groups upstairs? You guys are quiet, I like that also.
Why is she so creepy?
What?
Why is she creepy?
That's a question you have to ask her. She's got her methods, I think.
Where's Goth at?
Goth, as you mentioned in a previous thing, is Goth has gone underground, for at least from our understandings. Her and Ryan aren't communicating at this point right now. So that's a question that we don't know what's going on. Now again, in the past it's been for our own safety. I don't know if that's the choice right now.
You mean like hiding or like 6 feet under? It's two different
It is two different things. I don't know. I can't confirm either one of those at this point. Okay, so at this point, we'll go ahead and get you guys out into the field.